If you focus on flipping just these two products, you can replace your whole paycheck. See, most people try to flip shoes, clothes, headphones, collectibles, and a bunch of other things. Me, I just flip the same stuff over and over again and I come out successful. I'm going to walk you through my whole process throughout this video and teach you guys how these two products can actually change the way that you think about reselling and also build you enough money to replace your paycheck. First, used phones. You can talk about iPhones, Androids. We can talk about any type of device. It doesn't matter. People lose these, people break them, people need replacements, people want to get phones for their daughters and children and sons and grandparents. Guys, phones are always at demand. And one thing I love about phones is these are always valuable to somebody. Let me give you an example. So you can go as low as an iPhone 11 or an iPhone XR, right? These are phones that nobody really wants nowadays, we would think. But what if I told you, I still have people coming in my store asking for iPhone 11s and iPhone XRs, not for them, but for their children, for their grandparents in nursing homes. See, no matter what the device is, 9 times out of 10, it will have value to somebody. You just have to make sure you're putting that product in front of that person that values that product. And that is why I love selling phones, and that is why this alone has been able to replace my paycheck when I used to work as a senior in high school at Sam's Club. See, I got fired from my 9-to-5 job because I was not old enough to work and I lied about my age. But what it taught me was that I had no control with the 9-to-5, right? They had control of what I put on my table, what I was able to actually make, how I actually provided for myself, and it did not sit well with me. So I sought out different ways to make money, and flipping phones is a great way of actually flipping your money. And let's go over some numbers. Let's say you buy an iPhone 11 for $120 to $150. Flip it to $220 or $260 locally or online. One flip equals $80 to $100 profit. But let's talk about flipping, right? I utilize OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, but the beautiful thing about phones is that no matter what phone you are actually acquiring and buying, you can make the same profit margin. You just have to find the right consumer. So it's important to make sure that you're not spending $600 on an iPhone 16 Pro Max when you could be spending $200 on an iPhone 11 or maybe $250 to $300 on an iPhone 13. You're going to make the same amount of profit because you're going to price it to make the profit margin. You're not going to be restricted based on the value of the iPhone 16. It's the only phone that's going to get me $50 profit or $100 profit. No. I love this income stream because you get to make the profit make sense for you. If I want an $80 profit, I can price it to where I get an $80 profit. If I want $100, I can do the same thing. And it also gives you that flexibility. Most importantly, when it comes to flipping phones and selling phones, I love the fact that I'm able to do this anywhere. I can be any place, anywhere, and acquire phones, sell phones, and network with people. This is something that is beautiful because you as a human being want freedom. We all want freedom, and being a phone flipper, being able to sell phones has allowed that freedom. Now, another thing about flipping phones that I want to highlight lastly is you are literally going to be making the money that you put out back. You're going to be making the money you put out back. So when you spend $200, you're recuperating that $200 plus profit. This is a flipping game and a no-brainer because it is not only going to replace your paycheck, but also replenish the investment that you actually put out guaranteed. Because no matter what, if you're buying a device for market value, you're not going to lose out on profit or money that you invest at all. Second, let's talk about AirPod clones, not replicas, clones. See, the difference between a clone and a replica is a replica acts as if it is a product. A clone looks like it's a product, but it doesn't have any of the Apple signage or any of the copyright material. And that's awesome because see, it helps you not get anything taken down from platforms such as eBay, Mercari, or even Amazon. You're able to sell these on different platforms, even in person at pop-up shops. And this is why I love clones, and I've been able to make a bunch of money personally, and also 300 of my students have as well. But guys, it's not about who can make or where or why. It's all about demand. See, these are products that are in high demand at all times. These products are not going anywhere anytime soon, and that's exactly why I take advantage of selling them. And if I was to talk about cost, they cost around $17 on WESPLY.com. That is the cheapest I could even find these. That's the cheapest I could even put these as far as price wise, because there is a high demand for them and a lot of people trying to price gouge. And also, one of the biggest things that I've had to realize, when I was selling replicas, I would get reps that were really nice, but they would take a long time to get to me. One of the benefits with WESPLY.com is, guess what? We ship directly from the state. I have a bunch of these products in my warehouse, not because I'm selling them all myself, but because these are making a bunch of people money. And see, when you go into the world of reselling, you'll quickly realize that when it comes to making money, you want to make money selling products that other customers want. Now, me personally, I use these on an everyday basis. Now, I use these for my own self. These are my pair of clones, my pair of clones. And I don't at all feel like there's anything wrong with selling something that looks like a product versus selling something and acting as if it is the product. See, selling replicas used to be cool until I realized that it creates a bunch of chargebacks, account bans, and also customers easily can find out it's not legit. All they got to do is go to Apple. And now when we go and sell clones, what we have found with over 45 accounts is that customers are satisfied because they know that these are not Apple. We put that in the description. We list these as over-the-air wireless headphones, and we have no problems, no complaints, no bans, restrictions, or any problems with eBay. And most importantly, if any account, any company, any app asks for an invoice, you have it right in your email. See, it's all about being smart and also understanding how to capitalize on, let's just say, Apple's promotion. Apple promotes this product. Now we have a product that looks like that product, works as that product, but isn't as expensive. Why wouldn't you as a reseller want to take advantage of that? And that is one of the reasons these actually help me when it comes financially in my stores, personally, and also my students be able to replenish and build, grow, profit, and most importantly, replace their day jobs. Now, I'm not saying that you should quit your job and just sell these. No, take it step by step. But I'll tell you something, there's no way that you won't be able to sell these because of how high in demand they are. So I urge you guys to do your research and also make sure you invest in yourself enough to take the chance to discover the profits that products like these can get you. Now, prime example, flip 10 of these for $50, that's $500 a week. Selling 10 isn't hard, complicated, or even confusing. List them on Mercari, eBay, even OfferUp, even Amazon if you would like. Sell them in person, sell them at pop-up shops. But again, these fly off the shelves and these get you money. You can make $400 to $500 from selling these easily. No brainer. And lastly, guys, here's the magic. See, phone flipping brings you chunks of money, chunks of cash. It brings you a bunch of profit. What you do is you bundle these together. You use the phone flipping to bring you some money as you flip. And then you use the profit that you're flipping, right? And you put it into products like these, products that already generate you money, you revenue, literally because Apple's doing the promoting. Because they know that this looks like an Apple product, because they know that this looks like an Apple product. Like these products right here can take your phone flipping money and 5x it, 2x it, 10x it, depending on how you are selling, how you are investing, and most importantly, how you are profiting. You want to make sure that you're putting these up on a consistent basis as over-the-air wireless headphones, in-the-air wireless headphones. This is not Apple, this is not Apple, and make sure that your price pricing them. Price this for like $50. Price this for around $35 at first and go all the way up to $60. Go all the way up to $90 with these. These are products that you can actually sell, and you can acquire these either first before phone flipping and then use the profit to start phone flipping, or you can phone flip, use that profit to get these products, and they work hand in hand as far as a money making machine. We're talking about you making around $1,800 every single week if you do this effectively. And I'm not telling you something that has not been done, and it is not being done. This is being done more than you would think, because people understand that high demand products are great ways to gain profit, and also selling products that are always in demand can help you sustain that profit. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys need any of the clones or you need any help phone flipping, I have links below that will help you guys out. I even have free resources to make sure that we're pointing you in the right direction. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.